Hello, my name is Skip, and this is part one of my Oscar review and what I think could happen or who I think are the front runners for Oscar this year. And I'm going to be doing multiple blog entries, and this is the first video blog entry. And so what I want to do is talk about the Best Picture race so far for 2013. And I think it's, right now, I mean, my top five, I'm going to go down the list from five down to one. And this could easily change in the next 3 months. And so, but what I want to do is give you an up-to-date idea of who I think the best movies are, and so that way you go out and see these movies, and hopefully you don't miss the best movies when they're nominated for Oscar come January. Alright, I've been talking about A Place Beyond the Pines for months now. It's been my front runner always up until, I would say, right now. And I mean, just Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper, Ava Mendes, Derek C. in France. I mean, these guys just, in my opinion, crafted a masterpiece of a movie. And I think, I believe all three of these people should be nominated for an Oscar. I think that all four, I mean, Derek C. in France definitely for Best Director. I mean, the Best Director race is going to be absolutely slam-packed. And I think you might be able to fit like Bradley Cooper, Ryan Gosling, and Ava Mendes into the Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress categories. But I mean, I think the Best Picture category right now is slam-packed, and we haven't even got some of the front runners have come out yet. So, now, I mean, I know it's a long shot, and it's a movie that I just still think is a absolute masterpiece by Zack Snyder and the people of Legendary and Warner Brothers, and that's I know it's probably not going to get nominated for Oscar, but I still think it's one of the best movies of the year. And so I just want to add a little bit of a plug here for Man of Steel. I think everything about this movie was amazing. I think this is the Superman we've always wanted to see. I think this is the best kind of science fiction / fantasy movie or comic book movie we've seen all year. And up until this point, I mean, it might get beat out by the likes of Ender's Game or Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug as far as those categories go. Henry Cavill, Michael Shannon are phenomenal. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne, Amy Adams, and Kevin Costner all do great work. You probably aren't going to see any awards. I just wanted to say that's on my top 5 movies of the year right now as we speak. And then you're going to talk about movies like The Butler. I mean, Lee Daniels' The Butler is a masterpiece. I mean, to get all these actors to play all these realistic people, and then they do such a good job, I guess, except for Robin Williams as Eisenhower. I don't know where the casting came from there, but I think everybody else, you know, Oprah Winfrey, I think is a lock for an Oscar nomination, as Eugene Allen. Oh, well, it's not really Eugene Allen, but the movie is based on his life. And Forrest Whitaker, I think the category for Best Actor is going to be really steep this year. But I still think, with that being said, you can't overlook Forrest Whitaker for Best Actor, and definitely not The Butler. I think a lot of nominations are going to go out for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress. So The Butler is definitely a big front runner as far as a lot of awards go. And I think you got to put in there 2 of the best ones. You know, of these 2, I mean, you got to do Prisoners is a long shot. I think it's come out of nowhere. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Melissa Leo, Paul Dano, Terrence Howard. I mean, this is a very long movie, but it's a good movie. But just, I would say that the minor quib about Prisoners is it's just a little bit long. And then, you know, as a front runner, I think right now is a tie for the Best Picture is you got to put Captain Phillips and Gravity. I mean, these 2 movies are about survival. They're both about human beings, realistic situations, kind of, you take one in the ocean with pirates, and then you got the other one in space. A woman, Sandra Bullock, is fighting for her life in space, and she's got someone there to help her, George Clooney. But in Captain Phillips, you got Tom Hanks as Captain Phillips, and he's fighting for his survival with these Somali pirates. I mean, these are two absolute masterpieces by two very good directors, Paul Greengrass and Alfonso Cuarón. I mean, right now, those, I would say, are the two front runners for Oscar. I mean, like, but, you know, just as an added thing here, we haven't seen movies like Out of the Furnace, The Counselor, 12 Days a Slave. You know, you haven't seen movies like that, and those are going to be some of your big heavy hitters. Saving Mr. Banks. You know, I don't think the big blockbusters of Christmas and around November and Christmas are going to really be that big of a threat to 12 Days a Slave, The Counselor, Out of the Furnace, The Fifth Estate, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, those are going to be ones that are going to slip in and out as far as, I think, people's thought processes of as what's going to be an Oscar. So right now, those are my five, and I've given you some of the actors: Sandra Bullock, George Clooney, Tom Hanks. Those guys are all going to be in the mix, I think, come Oscar time. But a few extras that I think you got to look for, and because of the performances, you might have them sneak in there, and that's like Blue Jasmine with Kate Blanchett. I mean, my opinion, she's the front runner for Oscar for Best Females. She is gives an amazing performance, just a stripped down, she just puts it all on the table kind of performance, and I can't imagine them not rewarding her for her. And we haven't seen Diana yet, and I really think Naomi Watts should get some love from Oscar. But the movie, like I said, hasn't come out, and same thing with Benedict Cumberbatch for The Fifth Estate and Chiwetel Ejiofor for 12 Days a Slave. But you also got American Hustle, and you got a couple movies with Out of the Furnace. So Christian Bale could be in the mix for an Oscar come January. And, you know, like I said, I already talked about Bradley Cooper, but he and Amy Adams are both also in American Hustle. So that's just a little bit of an idea of what Oscar could look like come January. I'd say if you're going to pick an animated movie, I mean, right now my pick is Epic. I don't know about what else I would go with. I just think Epic was a really good movie, so I like Epic a lot. So my name is Skip, and this is part one of my Oscar preview, and as the months go by, I'll be giving more updated, and I could change my list of what I think is front runners, or I could bump things off my list. So this is the first of my Oscar video blogs. Thank you. This is Skip, and this has been From the Fourth Row.